Hey guys, Ningen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so I realised yesterday when all the new stuff came out, I obviously streamed the Super Battle Road stages, and that was kind of all I really did yesterday. It was quite a long stream, and then I took the rest of the day mostly to myself. So back on track to record a bunch of videos now, and of course that means we still need to do the new boss rush. I still haven't actually done it, so I thought I'd do my first completion for a video. In the ticket summons that I did yesterday with Epic Mewtwo, I did pull the final copy I needed to Rainbow Turles, so I decided why not show him off and also do a full Rainbow movie bosses team. I couldn't find any Turles friends, so I rejigged the team a little bit, put in the AGL Broly, who is pretty amazing anyway, so I could bring a Rainbow physical Broly friend and then some supports as well. So everyone on the team is Rainbow. I've just got some random items. I don't think we're going to need any of them, to be perfectly honest, but we're going to jump in and we're going to do Boss Rush 8 with this team. I honestly don't think that we're going to run into too many troubles. I think we can probably no items it, but obviously it kind of depends how lucky we can get. So the Broly rotation is set up already. I want Janemba on rotation with Cooler, so I guess we will just leave it like this, and I'm sure this team will have no problems taking out this first phase. Cooler, I finally rainbowed during the four year with the help of the purple stones. I did put a poll up on Twitter about who you guys thought I should actually rainbow, well, who I should get, because I think I needed, back then I still needed one dupe for Super Saiyan 3 Broly, one dupe for physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and then I think there's, I think I still need a couple of dupes for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but I put up a poll, you guys voted, Cooler won, so Rainbow Cooler was now added to the squad. Obviously Janemba recently got his Easy A and is ridiculously good, so we definitely want to show him off. I'm going to let the AGL Broly go first here, just so we can start building up his defense, because he stacks his defense every time he attacks, and he stacks his attack when he gets hit. So we want him to start off without having any of his attack raised so far. He probably won't take him out, yeah, especially if he doesn't get a crit. Super attack will probably hurt. 32 actually, that's very little. Already even taking double digits from normals on the type disadvantage attacks, so that's pretty solid. And then of course Rainbow physical Broly, once he transforms he will become an absolute machine in putting out damage, but Janemba doesn't even need his newfound Easy A passive, thanks to that type advantage. Takes out future Gohan. So onto the actual physical one here. Let's protect the Metal Cooler. So a lot of people might overlook this physical Golden Frieza because he is a free-to-play unit, and obviously depending on your build of the team you have to bring him instead of somebody like the Tech Golden Frieza. You can't use them both at the same time, but for a support he is actually better than the Metal Cooler. Movie Bosses doesn't have a lot of dedicated support units, because obviously Turles is one of the best support units in the game. He's also one of the leaders for the team, but after him Metal Cooler was one that we all used for a long time, like when the team first came out. But this physical Golden Frieza, he still gives 30% attack and 2 ki, but he also gives 30% defense. Now obviously Cooler gives his attack and ki to extreme allies, whereas the Frieza is just movie bosses. So obviously he is really only the better option on a movie bosses team. But of course that's what we're running here. I wanted to go for a full Rainbow team, and he is definitely a solid support unit. So letting AGL Broly go first, just because I want to see that build up. 2.7 million on his attack stat, and he's not even maxed out his passive yet, so very good indeed. And of course he's taking no damage, so no attack up symbol, so his attack is at its maximum now. I can't remember which stage this is. Are we on the final phase of Gohan or the first? I think we're only on the first. Yeah, awesome. So we should see him again Maybe if Janemba crits, we might take him out in this one turn. But perfect situation for Janemba as well, because we've got an attack in the first slot. That's the ideal. That's basically what you want for Janemba, because he needs to get hit once in order for that passive to activate for the rest of the turn. So now that that's active, 2.5 mil attack stat. Oof. No crit though, sadly, so he still did very little damage. He didn't dodge, so let's see. His guard ability obviously going to be in full effect here, so we don't need to worry about type disadvantage. Wow, 20,000 damage. Basically nothing, so that is fantastic. As somebody like the physical cooler, as good as he is, Rainbow, he's still a fairly decent defensive unit, but yeah, he would not have taken 20k from that super attack, so very, very good. And then obviously Metal Cooler, not really able to... Yeah, see, he's taking 40k on normals. So that kind of shows the power of Janemba there. So we're going to put Broly in the front slot one more time so we can see him here. Aside from having Turles in the last slot, this would be his best rotation. So obviously with the fact that his passive is fully maxed out. So what are we going to get here in terms of attack stat? Wow, 2.9. So if that was Turles in the last slot, he would have over 3 million attack stat. Not bad for a unit that's in the general SSR pool, is it? So obviously he has an easy A, but damn. Very, very good unit. I pulled him with 2 dupes from the original Broly banner. And then I think literally the next 2 big Dokkan fests that followed those banners, I pulled a copy of him unfeatured to get him Rainbow. I actually have his SSR version, because they have a different name. I actually have his SSR version with 1 or 2 dupes in him. Just because the unawakened form is just referred to as Broly, like the ones you farm for the LR super attack. And then the AGL Broly once awakened is Wrathful Broly. So... obviously he's not that great before awakening, but it's cool to have an actual base form Broly card that is decent. So, and we're basically almost back up to full health. Obviously Janemba and Cooler also share the Metamorphosis link, and my Janemba only has, I think, like 11 dodge, and he still dodged both of those attacks at the start, which means he doesn't get his passive boost. So I talked about this a little bit when I did my original Rainbow showcase for him. Back in the day, he couldn't really hit very hard even when he was fully maxed out. So a lot of us gave him a fairly decent amount of dodge because he was primarily a defensive unit. But of course now you want him to get hit once so that he can then activate his passive and dodge a lot as part of his passive. So unfortunately, even though mine only has 11 dodge, which is an 11% chance, he dodged twice in a row against the Super Saiyan 4 Goku there. But obviously, it didn't really matter. Turles able to take him out. And we've got type advantage here, so yeah, Broly just going to smack around the GT Goku here. Yeah, 2.6 million damage, no crit. Okay, so that's pretty good. And now we move on to these. Oh, it's kind of a shame this wasn't on the this wasn't on the Broly rotation, because one nice big AoE from the physical Broly. Although actually we are going to get a Dokkan mode here. I didn't realise it was quite that close, but I mean, to be fair, Janemba's not going to get hit, so his passive wouldn't have been active anyway. So I'm quite happy to get it with the physical cooler. Hopefully the emulator treats me kindly. Okay, well, I thought I clicked that other one, but not bad. Decent enough speed so that the mouse wasn't a huge hindrance. So I would imagine everyone except maybe the Oob will get taken out, depending on whether we crit. But we should be all good here. Wow, yeah, 4 million damage crit from Cooler. So yeah, some of these 120 leads, they can still hold their own on the category stages. So now Broly is going to transform to full power. Very ironic, since we are now onto full power Goku. Do we want this Broly in the first slot? I guess we do, because we want to build up his attack before he attacks. He's already attacked a couple of times, so his defense should be pretty decent. And then, of course, unsurprisingly, we were pretty much on full health anyway, but that Dokkan mode back to full health. So yeah, really, this AGL Broly is so strong, over 3 million attack stat. He just takes double digits from everyone, including type disadvantage. The only way this full power Goku would really even be able to hurt Broly is if he actually super attacked. Unfortunately, no crit again means the type disadvantage does nerf our damage a little bit, but the Rainbow Physical Broly here, getting an additional, 2 additional normals. That's a bit of a shame. I wanted to see him go a little bit ham with those Godzilla super attacks. So even Turles, considering he is basically a support unit unless he transforms, him having almost 1 million attack stat is actually pretty decent. He hasn't transformed yet. I would quite like to see that in this video, but obviously his transformation is completely random, so there's nothing we can really do about that other than hope that it occurs. It does of course mean he is no longer a support unit, but I just want to see his defense and offense capabilities. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Normal attack first to trigger Janemba's passive, and then boom, dodge that super attack, and Cooler comes in to finish the job. And there you go, that's the Goku done as well. 2 stages down and 3 to go. So physical MVP 17. Now that I think about it, I didn't really consider his event when I was putting the team together. I'm pretty sure we have enough decent non-Ki Blast super attack units that we can actually take this out. Fortunately, when you get to that stage against 17, he only nullifies Ki-based super attacks. He doesn't heal from them. So even if we do mess up and hit him with some Ki Blast supers, he's just going to take no damage rather than getting a whole bunch of his health back. So, and Broly, ideal situation. We didn't really want Broly to one-shot him here because now he's been hit all those times, boosting up his attack as part of his passive. And of course, unsurprisingly, with type advantage, the Rainbow Physical Broly just decimates. So this event, I remember, is definitely not as hard. The Ki Blast thing is kind of the gimmick that makes the event a little bit more difficult for some people, but I feel like overall he's not as tough as some of the other ones. So we should, once we get past the energy barrier phase, we should sail through the rest of this nice and easy. So wow, okay. So Janemba, huge crit. Oh, I forgot, actually, doesn't his passive stays active for multiple turns, doesn't it? So that's why. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so this is the Energy Blast one. I'm like pretty sure that this Broly doesn't have a... Yeah, he doesn't. And then the physical one does, yeah. And then obviously Metal Cooler does, but... I mean, we can't avoid a super attack with Broly, so that's fine. I guess we might as well just not get one with Cooler, since he will do a little bit of damage. Okay, so super attack. Now we are getting super attack with type disadvantage. So what is Broly going to take here? He gets no defensive buff from the Metal Cooler. So yeah, that's a fairly reasonable amount of damage. But I mean, if you look at our overall bar of health at the bottom, it hasn't really gone down a lot. So if Broly could actually crit here. No, still no crits from Broly. We're not getting too lucky with these type disadvantage crits, just to help us speed the stage along. Obviously, I'm not going for any sort of speed run here or anything. I just, like I said, built the team more around showing off Janemba, Turles, and just having a fully rainbowed team. So I guess Janemba's is probably, Janemba's is a Ki Blast as well. Although we can give him no super attack, so we could do that. And Cooler's definitely isn't, and I think Golden Freezer's is, but we can't avoid a super attack with him anyway. So there we go. Yeah, Janemba's still able to do a little chunk of damage without getting a super attack. But Cooler here, now that he doesn't need to worry about the energy barrier. Can we get an additional super? 2 additional normals. I'll take that. And then, unfortunately, Golden Freezer probably... Yeah, I thought it was. I mean, it is a death beam. It's just with some of the ones that have the newer, longer animations and stuff, we sometimes forget Because the character only needs to launch like a punch or a kick or something at the start, and then they can throw the biggest key blast you've ever seen, and it doesn't count as a key blast super attack. So give you that, and then give you those. So Turles, I think, falls under that category. He definitely launches some physical attacks at the start of his animation, I'm sure. But if AGL Broly can actually get a crit here, could finally finish off this phase. Okay, well, no crit needed. And there we go. So this physical phase shouldn't be too tough now. Good opportunity to put Cooler in the front. And of course, I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier in the video already, but Cooler and Janemba have the Metamorphosis link as well, which heals. So back up to full HP. I don't think we've ever dropped below even like 70%. And perfect scenario there again for Janemba as well, with his passive active just dodging a super attack and continuing to lay the smackdown on 17. Nice crit from Cooler. No additional super, but that was a nice big damage hit. And another additional normal as well. Decent. So quite a huge amount of his health taken off in one turn. Obviously, Int Male Cooler not really able to compete, but he got a crit. He tried. He put some effort into it, but he does take a lot of damage from the normal attacks, thanks to the type disadvantage. But fortunately, we are going to be able to get all of that health back in no time at all. As we know, he's just not going to be able to deal damage to this Broly without doing a super attack, and without the type disadvantage here to worry about. I think even without a crit, yeah, we are all good for physical 17, so no worries there. So that's it. Now we have Transforming Goku and Transforming Frieza, the main events from this time last year, the 250 million download celebration. We do have a lot of AGL units on our team, and we haven't had the best luck with type disadvantage stuff so far, so maybe Frieza could be a little bit annoying, but he's definitely not going to be any sort of actual threat to us here. We've almost got another Dokkan attack as well. We'll probably get that next turn, to be fair. Janemba just almost casually one-shotting Goku. So Cooler will finish him off. Cooler and Janemba just link up so well, and now that Janemba is back in the limelight thanks to his Easy A, I am enjoying running Cooler again. I've always been a big fan of the physical final form Cooler, so running them together on movie bosses is a very strong rotation. And we are going to get a Dokkan attack with Broly, and let's see if we can hit this one. Oh, okay, a little bit quicker, but still only missed one again, so this is good. Although, depending how much damage he does, we might take him out before we get any hits back, so a little bit slower to build up Broly's attack stat in this event if that is the case. But I imagine with this rotation he'll probably take him out in one go. We haven't been hit yet though, so he hasn't built up his attack, but yeah, okay, never mind. 3 million damage crit sees us on to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Oh, and look at that. That's a Janemba paradise. All of those attacks in the front slot, and then we'll just keep picking up all these type orbs. I can't imagine we'll get another Dokkan mode before the end, but you never know. So is it going to be the same again? No. So he actually takes the super attack this time, but 13,000. Like, look at that. We're not even. That's not even half of one of those sections of our health bar. Like, that's just such little damage considering we just took a super attack. So Janemba, absolute beast. You don't need me to tell you that. He is probably the best TUR in the game at this point. And Cooler getting the additional normal to finish off Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That's what we like to see. So just God and Blue left to go, but we have a transformation of our own. And yeah, I think between the two Brolys with Turles on rotation, this should be a pretty straightforward one. Turles getting hit a load of times at the back isn't necessarily ideal, but I have a funny feeling that Goku's probably not going to be alive by the time it gets to Turles having to attack. So yeah, only 2.4 at the moment. We know this rotation is the one where he can get up to almost 3.1. So he definitely still needs a few more attacks to build up. But if this physical Broly can get even one additional super, we should take out Goku here. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, 1.1. We need at least one more super. And there we go. Didn't get a crit that time, so I'm pretty sure even without a crit this time, doing that same amount of damage, he should be dead. Yeah, of course. Physical Broly, an absolute beast. Mine only has 2 dupes, so obviously this being a full rainbow team, I didn't bring him along. I'm really hoping that he's going to be on Cell's banner. I have heard a lot of rumblings that Cell and... Broly and Gogeta will be on the Gohan and Cell banners, which would be awesome because I still need dupes for both of them. So I would be very happy with that. I definitely want to see Hit on Cell's banner because it's been, what, 9 months? Well, I guess 8 full months if you think about it, since Hit dropped on Global, and he has not been back on another banner. So now would be a very good time to drop him when they're doing an extreme styled banner. Not sure who his... he doesn't really have a counterpart since he released on his own, but there's still plenty of good super type units that we could see on the Gohan banner in his place. Maybe the transforming Vegeta, but I know he was just on JP on Piccolo's banner, so maybe not. I don't know, because the banners are normally the same on both versions. Let's see. Let's actually put this Broly first. And then you can get those, and you can get those. So, yeah, even after Cooler taking a super attack, we are in no danger whatsoever. I think we've been down to, what, 70% HP just from that super attack we took for about 70 odd K. That's the most damage we've taken, really, in this entire run through. So, not really sweating it at all here. Broly should finish off Goku here, yeah. Okay, so now we can move on to the tech transforming Frieza, and then we will be done with this new boss rush. No items used so far. I honestly can't imagine we're going to have to use any in this one, so it is looking real good here. So let's do this, get Janemba's passive active as soon as possible. And we'll just keep spamming as many type orbs as we can. I mean, we've got the Dokkan bar to like the halfway point already, but I feel like depending on what sort of shenanigans Janemba can get up to, whether within regards to crits and stuff, this could be the event could be over very quickly. So yeah, take him out here. Second form. Time for the Broly show. So we will put our AGL one first, just because we want him to get those stacks. He does raise his defense when he attacks, so at least he's getting a defense buff here before he gets hit for the first time. And then of course he gets those 2 nice attack buffs from the hits that he takes. So we're only really going to take any significant amount of damage from a super attack, and even then, oh wow, not only did he get a crit, but an additional super as well. So this also counts as the another defensive raise, but not like we're going to need it this turn, of course. So Broly, very strong. It's kind of counterproductive, I guess, in a way, because it means he didn't take any hits, so he hasn't boosted up his attack. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about double super attacks and taking him out in one go. So all good. And now we've got Janemba in the front slot, perfectly suited here to just get no damage whatsoever. Yeah, type disadvantage super attack, 1,300, wow. Okay, and then the super attack from Janemba, yeah, 2.6 million on a crit. So yeah, even though the fact most of our team is type disadvantage to this guy, we are seemingly ploughing through this event quicker than we did the transforming Goku. So, very decent. And then let's do this. So we've already raised our defense with Broly a fair few times, so we don't need to worry about him in that first slot. At this point, even if he takes a super attack, it's not really going to be anyway. Yeah, of course he did. Of course he did. So at least this gives us our attack raise, which is what we want. 20,000, I mean, really, with type disadvantage as well, that is nothing. So yeah, these this double Broly rotation, boy, these are some powerful cards, all right. So no crit again though for type disadvantaged AGL Broly. He doesn't seem to be very good at critting against tech enemies, it seems, in this run. But now that physical Broly's transformed, yeah, he's here to pick up some slack. So oof. So no additional super, but it doesn't matter. Broly's just gonna fire off 2 additional normals and take him out anyway. So now we have Golden Frieza. Now he can auto stun you with his first attack, so it'll be interesting to see whether he does that in the very first slot, because if he does a normal attack here for Janemba, it's very likely that we could then just dodge everything for like the rest of the turn. So there we go. And if he does survive this turn, depending on the orb field layout, we could probably Dokkan mode next turn. But Janemba, passive active, 2.5 million, yeah, almost 1.6 mil damage. That's almost half of his health in one go. He did not dodge the super attack. Oh, wait, he did. Wow, okay, the animation is just so long. I really thought it would have come up before then. So Janemba leaving it to the last minute to phase shift out of the way. I really love that effect in the movie where he like phases into blocks. Obviously that's not something like dodging doesn't have an actual animation in the game. It just shows up the cut in. But that's something I would like to see in maybe like a new super attack animation for if we ever get another Janemba. Would be pretty awesome. Could get a fat Janemba that transforms into Super Janemba, so we can still use the Easy A1 on the team. That would be pretty awesome. And right, so let's put you in the first slot this time, and because we can pick up this orb here. Oh, there's no physical ones though, so we actually can't force a Dokkan attack, which is annoying. But I guess it gets the run over quicker because physical Broly is gonna absolutely destroy Frieza with this super attack. He's lucky he even survived to this turn. And funnily enough, he didn't fire off a super attack as his last hurrah. If this was Super Battle Road, you know that one of those attacks would have absolutely been a super if he'd survived on a small amount of health. But there you go. Physical Broly banishes Frieza to the Shadow Realm, and we are all done. So let us hit that star, and you'll see here for yourself. This is my very first completion of this stage of Boss Rush. I wanted to get it on video for you guys. I know because it came out yesterday, some of you probably have done it already, if not most of you. But there you go, stage completed. So there's a bunch of extra stones towards Gohan and Cell. Not the fastest time in the world. Let me know what you got down below and what team you used. We did use no items as I kind of predicted. Boss Rush, obviously not the hardest thing in the game at this point, but there you go. So let me know how you got on down below with your teams. Who did you use? Did you know items? What time did you get? Let's discuss in the comments below. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.